Alright class, my name is Andrew Paez, and today I'll be doing the negative side of the argument, should drivers be retested at the age of 17? So, basically what Christian said, the basic argument is that elderly people should be tested because they are responsible for most of the crashes in, in, just like in our country. So, but according to Tef Bryan of the AAA Foundation, using the most recent available national data on driver crash involvement and driving exposure, this study finds that by most measures, the youngest drivers continue to have by far the greatest driving risk. So basically, according to this, that it's not the older people responsible for most of the crashes, but it's the younger generation from like the ages of 19 to 24, according to Access magazine. And what this basically does, when you test the older generation, the opinion of Access magazine is that license cancellation threatens the mobility of elderly. Worse, it strips them of freedom and independence. So when you require all drivers of the age of 70 to retake the driving test, it's like a slap in the face, it's an insult. And yeah, it's true that when you get older, that your eyesight, your hearing, and you start to deteriorate. But that doesn't mean that all people by the age of 70 will have these effects. And that's why I believe that rather than basing these tests on age, it should be programs testing the behavior of individuals, because you don't have to be 70 to have bad eyesight or bad hearing. You can be like 19 or 20 and you can still have those same effects. And some information or some evidence to back this up is also by Access magazine, an age versus behavior argument. The elderly are not disproportionately more likely to be involved in crashes. In 2001, people over 65 accounted for roughly 1 in 7 drivers, but less than 1 in 8 of all crashes. So they weren't even the majority of it. And also according to Access magazine, these crashes were based off recklessness, and just and then the recklessness ties into the young age. And another piece of evidence is by Retest Elderly Drivers by New York Times. And basically this argument is that there's already policies in place, but then drivers over 55 are road tested every 4 years, but there are still, police are still catching a lot of other people with expired licenses.